Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I'm getting ready to paint this morning. I almost didn't make it up in time, but I'm here. Hi, seventh daughter. How are you? Love Miss Izzy Welshie. Sarah, how are you? Hi, Sandy. Hi, Lynn. How are you? Hi, Jay Heron Picks. Ellen, good morning. So I think yesterday I painted poppies from Philadelphia this weekend, and so I have a lot of yellows out on my palette. So I had painted sunflowers the other day, and I'm gonna do the same thing but a little bit larger. In my haste for, let me turn it around here. I'm gonna paint that 1 and 8 by 8. In my craziness of getting ready for the art show this past weekend, now I've completely run out of panels, so I'm painting on anything I can find, which will do until more come. I have a couple big ones, but I sold so many of my small paintings that I really have to get moving if I'm going to have enough to take with me when I go to Rehoboth this summer, which is my next art show. Good morning, Julie. Hi, Carol. So here we go. And I'm moving a little bit slow. I hurt my back, and I don't know how I did it. I do that every now and then. So I have trouble sitting. So I had painted this on a 6x6 the other day and had so much fun with it. I thought, well, I could paint the same thing over and over and over again and still be completely entertained. New art from Switzerland. Good morning to Switzerland. Great to meet you. Yes, it was great to meet you too. Oh, it's so much fun meeting people at the art show. That's the best part. The show itself, getting ready for the show and tearing down the show at the end is nothing shy of exhausting, especially since I'm not a pro at it by any stretch. But the meeting the people and getting to know and talk, and love that part. And other artists too. The other artists in the show are fabulous. It really is a great show. I had several friends from here in Lancaster that are artists in the show. And I met new people that I never knew before. It was just fun all the way around. But I could use a week off to unpack and rest. But that's not how life works. Because my work has been busy too. But that's a good thing. I always want it to be busy. So I'm glad. I'm going to New Hope this weekend, where I'm going to be having my workshop in the fall, which is a beautiful area. We're going to hang with some old college friends that we haven't seen in a long time, so that'll be very fun. Good morning, Alan. How are you? So I'm using a big brush. This is a size 12 Rosemary Eclipse Short Flat. I love this brush. I would need to go on her website and see if she has any that are a little bigger than this, because I could even paint with a bigger brush. I do have this. I have 2 great big ones that I bought that I haven't played with more than once. I have this one. Like, look at that brush. I can't wait to get out a big canvas and just have fun with that. I just can't be conservative with my oil paints, because I'll waste a lot of paint with that and I can't worry about it. Sometimes that Lancaster County conservative in me is tough to waste things. That's good though, right? Alan, your friend stopped by to see me at the booth, but I wasn't there. Mike met him. And thanks for sending a friend over to say hello. I don't know where I was. I don't leave too often throughout the weekend. Julie, are you saying hi to a friend on here? Let's see. This goes back. I'm just putting some darker colors in here to show myself where it pushes back a little bit. So yeah, I couldn't have been happier with the show and how I did. And I've got to get back to painting again, which you know I love to do. So that's fine. Oh, thank you, Julie. Thanks so much. Yeah, if anybody knows of anyone that would like my art, do pass my name along. I appreciate that. All right, I need to get a little more brown paint out here. I was watching a video. Whoops. I'm knocking my paintbrush into myself. I was watching a video before I went to sleep last night, which I so often do. And it was Dennis Perrin. I've taken one of his online classes. He does a lot of peony paintings. His paintings are gorgeous. And it just came up on my YouTube feed, and it was him mixing colors. And he was mixing with the base color being cerulean blue. It was really wonderful to watch. So now I want to play doing that. It was like mixing cerulean with like everything else on his palette and showing what happened. So I'd like to do that. I may have to mix a color of cerulean in here just for the fun of it. I'm going to keep it big and blocky. Would you repeat the peony artist name? Oh, Dennis Perrin, Perrin. You can look him up here on YouTube. I've taken his online class. And you know, the hard thing is with those classes, sometimes I can't find them then. I know I bought a class and I really enjoyed what I watched, but I don't know if it was a live one that you only saw for a little bit or if I truly lost it. I would love to take classes from other artists, like, all the time. Mm-hmm. I think it'd be fun to make a little course where I would go and take everybody's classes and kind of rate them to figure out if you wanted to do an online journey of learning from other artists, depending on what you wanted to learn about. Like, who would be the the ones to watch and in what order. Because they always say that you can only learn what you're ready to learn. So I could watch a video from someone like Dennis Perrin and I learn a lot about it. But then at that point, I'm only ready to learn certain things. And that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm learning. And then if I went back and watched that same video, 2 months, 3 months, or a year later, I would learn completely new things. I like that concept of thinking that you can go back and relearn and get new things out of it. I really do want to create an online course. I just can't quite find myself at the time to even figure out what it would be. I have ideas. I have someone to film it for me. I have someone can help me with the website. Like, I got all the pieces except the time piece. But as works, when it's time for it to happen, it'll all fall into place, right? Usually how it goes. Until it's time. I worry about time. I try to control time, and I'm trying to just let it pass and know that when things are supposed to happen, they'll fall right into place effortlessly. That's a happy little beginning, isn't it? I do want to try and start to paint a little bit larger too, because I love my tiny little 6x6s, love them, but lately I've been feeling a little, I'm sorry, did somebody ask me a question? Thank you, Ellen. I've been feeling a little smushed, like it's too tight. All right, I think that's good. I can get out. So I got some new oil sticks. Wait till I show these to you. I need to demo them. They're Finalizing oil sticks. And I can't do it right now because I want to plan ahead and think about it. But do you want to see them? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. They're so fun. Here, I'm going to bring them over. I'm moving slow because my back hurts. I'll be right back. I was going to wait and show you later, but I'm so excited about them, I have to show you. So I'm going to do a demo with these. All right, move this out of the way. So look, they're called Finalizing. They're oil sticks, like my big oil sticks, but they're little ones. Look at this. Isn't that cool? Look at those colors. Oh my gosh. Yes, talking about exciting new toys. Like, I just want to dig right into them. Yeah, it's called a Finalizing oil stick. Let me pull one of these out of here. So I think they're like, they have like a solid artist quality oil stick. Do you think I should try one real quick? Maybe I should just do this one on here and see how it goes. Because I'm curious to see if it has the same texture. And then I want to make like a video of demoing them, but it can't hurt to open one, right? They're oil paint. Gosh, I would love to work in an art store. I haven't been in a real art store in so long. And I keep ordering panels, like my large panels, and like the frames come kind of messed up. I feel like I need to go to an art store and shop for some art supplies. I think there's a Jerry's Artorama in New Jersey that I could get to easily. Yeah, aren't they fun? Let me see how they feel on here. Because I don't. So, ooh. Let me see. Where do I want to go? Here. So they have a little bit of a harder texture than the other ones, but they might soften up as I use them. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because then they're not as thick on there. Like if I want to pull out colors, it would help me to do that. Oops, sorry, I bumped you with my glasses. They're nice. Very, very fun, right? Me too. The comparison helps are so creamy. It's sometimes you need a heart. Yes, that's exactly what it seems like to me too. All right, I'm putting this back in this lovely box. I'll show it to you one more time. Can't wait. So maybe, well, I can't do it this week. Whoops, my back hurts. I gotta get up slowly. I won't be able to do it this weekend, but I think next weekend I'll have time to, because I'm gonna have to unwrap them all first too. I'm really excited to play with them. And I got some new oil paints to play with too. Some fun new colors from Sennelier. Okay. Okay, I'm back. I wouldn't say I'm on task, but I'm back. I'm going to use some of my RNFs here. So they all came from Jerry's Artorama. That's where I get these too. So see, these are almost too wet. So it's nice to have the comparison and the, not the comparison, the options. Just gonna get a few in front of me. No yellows. Smoky green maybe, and put these out of my way. Does everybody want to say where you're from? I love when we find out where everybody's from in our group here. I have people coming from far away from my workshop too, which is really fun. Cincinnati, Louisiana, Alabama. I have to remember to read things like that because when I put this on YouTube, you can't read what you guys are writing. Texas, Toronto, Virginia, Ellen, I know, Maine, Ottawa, Shrewsbury, New Jersey, Shrewsbury, UK, move this over a little bit. Thank you. She said the color mixing is looking nice. Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing the one yesterday. I thought I was going to be too tired kind of to dive in, and I was happy with how it turned out. A couple more colors, and then I'll start mixing the... Ooh, I want this one for sure. More colors. I'll mix up some yellows, oranges, and greens. gold. Hello, nice to see you too. All right, I think that's a nice beginning. I think I need to put another panel behind there because I keep hitting the bottom. But it might push it off. Now wait, let me see. Oh. Okay, that's going to be better. All right, now I'm going to mix up a few colors. A little hot light there on it. There's my palette. And my trash can. I use one of these sealable. It's cute, right? You're supposed to put your trash in something that seals so that your chemicals, I guess so the smell doesn't get out, but also I guess they can combust, which is a really frightening thought. But for a long time I just used a regular trash can, but I was in an old-fashioned hardware store and found that neat old sealable can and absolutely had to have one. All right, so I need some brown. Can we use oil pastels? Can we use the oil pastels you use on canvas? Sure. Yep. I use them on my big paintings that are on canvas. Purple. A little bit of Windsor Violet over here. I usually have it at the end of my color palette up here. And I get my really dark darks. Maybe go a little lighter here. It's kind of a really fun color. Purplish, yellowish. The other thing Dennis was showing is if you want to see which way, like if you're doing a dark color and you want the subtle shift, but you want to see which way it's leaning, like if it's leaning toward warm or cool, he puts a little white in a little pile at the end to kind of see where your color is. So it's kind of a nice, kind of beautiful brown color that's in an eye. An inside of brown eye, kind of. Okay, so now I need some yellows. Let's get my Indian yellow, which this is my absolute favorite Indian yellow ever. This Indian yellow from Vasari. It's more expensive, but it is amazing. It's buttery and delicious. And I was going to play paint sticks have a different binder. I'm a modern artist, thank you. Paint sticks, I think so. I guess I need to research them more. My RNF pigment sticks work fine. Now I have these little Sennelier sticks that I was having some trouble with. So I have to see if these are different than the ones that I got. These are these cute. They're adorable though, aren't they? But they didn't seem to play well with my oil paints. Those other ones I haven't experimented with yet. So, jury is still out. But I also got some Finalizing oil paints too, so I can see how they work together. Warm reds in there. That's nice. And I'm going to add a little yellow. It's a nice warm yellow. I need some greens. Let me see. Oil pastels. Oh, okay. So I think maybe the new ones I have are oil sticks, and those are oil pastels. What's my favorite color for florals? Well, I think it's just whatever I'm painting. Lately, I've been like completely lost in pink. I've been painting pink peonies. Not as much as I'd like to, but a lot. But now yesterday I moved into doing those poppies, and they were yellows and oranges, and I love them. So now here we go down the yellow and orange path. I think I love whatever color's in front of me. Love them all. Okay, I needed a nice bright yellow. I have to mix a couple of greens. I'm going to use some cobalt and some sap. It's cobalt green and sap green. So everybody have fun plans for today? Oil pastels do not dry. But then what's the good of them? Tell me. Oil pastels, if they don't dry, so do you have to put fixative on them or something to get them to... Because if they never dry, then I would make a mess of that. Let me just tell you. Most artists would, I think. Are you all as messy as I am sometimes? Oh gosh, I'm a messy person. Did you get to go check out my website? Let me know if you see anything on there that I've missed or that I need to change. That was a labor of love. Now I need to do one for my advertising business. That one needs revamped. When I have some free time, that's on my goal list. And I want to take, so I have the greens, but I want to do a green to push back that's a little more neutral. So I'm going to pick, I need a little bit of the complement, which is red, so that it loses its, how vibrant it is. She said oil pastels are treated like chalk pastels, matte and framed under glass. Oh, okay, that's great to know. So with you saying that, I think we used to like have oil pastels, and like when I was in elementary school, we used to use something called oil pastels in that little box. And they were in the paper tube that pushed up. I'd like a set of those again. I loved when they were the tool we got to use in school. Oh, thank you, Sadie. It went really well. Okay, so there's my palette. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to dive into some darks first. Oops, I got something in my paint there. Let me get that out. So I want to, my focus is on putting down bold strokes and leaving them. Always what I'm trying to do. Not fussing with them. Wax and real pigment. Well, I'm going to have to just play with them was the fun part of like being in school when you had resources of stuff you could play with and you didn't have to invest money in buying like a full set of something to be able to play. Was art always your favorite subject in school? When I was in school, that we didn't have an art classroom. We had an art cart, and I loved hearing that art cart come down the hall. That meant fun was ready to happen. I can't think of my art teacher's name right now. Oops. Hello. Please post a heads up when you're going to do a commission. Oh, a comparison. Okay. I have to paint and talk to everyone too. Well, you know, when I start really concentrating on what I'm doing, I stop talking. I'm trying to get better at it because I do want to make an online course. I have to be good at thinking and talking and doing all at the same time. I'm practicing. Lynn, I would love to do that. That's totally on my goal list too. I just never have time because I would have to like, you kind of see where I work here. I don't really have space to make a still life setup. I mean, I guess I could, but time, it's more time than anything else. Time and space of being able to. I would love to do that. Even sit outside, but I very rarely have time to paint when I could sit outside and do it. Because I work all day. And then when I come home, I've got, all the things everybody else has to do, like dishes, laundry. I like oil paint. I would love to learn more about acrylics. I've done some acrylics, and I have a nice bin of them over here, but I just haven't experimented with them as much as I'd like to. I'm not opposed to them. They're just very different. And I'm much more comfortable now with oil paints. Plus, I have the resource of the oil paints here. Well, she's asking me if I have tips for acrylic painting, especially in terms of blending. Well, I don't do a lot of that, but I would say that oil paints blend like butter. Like it's really easy. You can pick up colors underneath. Oil paint or acrylic paints dry so quickly that you almost have to like mix your colors. So I would say more blending. You would mix a color on your palette and put a stroke down, and then change your color a little bit on your palette and then put another stroke next to it rather than blending two that are on your palette. That's how I would play around with it, but I'm not an expert at acrylic painting. But yeah, it's just a completely different animal. And I think I've really only ever played around with abstracts in acrylics. If I had a whole bin of them, I'd love to try it, but I have a few. Maybe one of these days I'll just get something out that I've never done before and you guys can see me make a mess. Why not, right? As long as you know I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes dry flowers make great. Oh, well, that's a good idea too. I could do that. I don't know. I always feel like dry flowers don't have the same energy. Yeah. They don't quite have the same energy to them. Of course, you would think a photo of them wouldn't either, but I don't know. I've never tried it. Because sometimes I do see dried flowers. Like I was at Terrain, which is an amazing store. And they had, what did they have? Keep my mind going here. They had beautiful dried flowers. Like not your average dry flower, and I loved them. So something like that probably could work. If they weren't just your average, flower from Michael's. They're mediums for blending the acrylics to retard yes, that's true. To keep them wet longer. And probably to make them creamier too. Mm-hmm. I just got paint on my phone. Sometimes I want to see a classic modes again. What does that mean? I don't know what you mean by that. Classic modes again. You not back. I don't know. You have to tell me what you mean by that. I'm going to do a little bit of cerulean in here because I loved his little cerulean, so I want to add some in here. I just mixed cerulean with some of my yellows just to see what fun stuff we get. The colors you put are not the colors of the tablet. Oh, I just added in my one yellow here, I added a little bit of cerulean blue. You picked that up right away because I wanted to see what it looked like. Now I like it. I like it in there. Yeah, sometimes I don't follow my own rules, or usually, probably rarely. Sometimes I just get a whim and I think, I feel like doing this, and then off I go and I forget. because I like to have some unexpected color in there. It's what kind of gives it depth and personality, and I don't always really just paint what I see. Yeah, I like that mixed in there. All right. And I even like some, see I have some of the whites showing through in here. That's fine with me. Whoops, that was a little more than I wanted to do. All right, sip of coffee I need to look at a little bit. Now I'm trying to decide if my colors, like if I'm ready to start adding some lighter colors in there, because that's then what starts to make the whole thing pop. I think I'm going to play around with adding some lights in and see. It's not like it's a huge commitment, right? Okay. And then the trick is to not getting my light colors, my light paints in here dirty. That happens very quickly when you're laying them in over top of other colors. Thanks, Donna. Thanks, Sandy. And this is the part where I end up holding my breath. I shouldn't do that, but I'm holding my breath when I put my strokes down. It's crazy. Do you ever do that? Oh, right now I'm not using any medium. In the very base layer, I use this Zest It clear painting medium, and then I don't use it at all. I have that put away now. If I start to have problems that my paints are too dry, sometimes I use this liquid because it helps it dry a little more quickly. And I feel like my paintings take forever to dry. I keep them in my furnace room to help them dry. My paintings are like my skin, really dry. Oh, yeah, here's the reference. See that okay? I need some more bright pure yellows in here. pretty happy with it. I think I need some bright yellow. And then getting out a little bit of Windsor lemon on my palette. I think I might have used that. I might have mixed some of that before. I don't remember. I'm pulling and pushing that enough. I like the light showing through. I think I have this. I feel like this needs to go. Vasari to Gamblin. I love Vasari's probably rich and texture-wise my favorite paint, but I love some of the Gamblin colors, and I like the Gamblin product too. So in all honesty, I have all kinds of different paints, and I try different ones, and I end up liking, like my favorite brand of magenta is this Block X. So I end up having favorite colors in all different, like here's the Michael Harding. So I end up having favorite colors by different brands. But would I love an entire palette of Vasari paint? Sure, I would. And I also love their Video Blue Extra Pan. Gosh, I'm having back problems. I think I am going to need some Advil before I go to work today. I was putting away my panels and stuff with my husband last night, but there's no way that hurt my back that much. So I didn't think it was even hard to do. What do we think? Do I need more lights? Do you think? I know a little bit I always love to do with the whatever the heck I'm painting right now, sunflowers. It's just a little bit of purple. Studying this weekend. Trizzle said probably a lot of study this weekend. Oh, standing. A lot of standing. Do you stand for painting? There, that pushed that back a little bit, didn't it? that, push that back. Now I'm fussing with it too much, aren't I? With your show, maybe that's why you're... Yeah, it might be. It could be. Seems a little late for it to be that, though, but it could be. I think it's really because I haven't done yoga in a few days, and I get a little... Okay, so now what do I think? Let me take this out. Am I finished? Do I need more definition anywhere? Do I need lighter lights? There's my reference. There's my painting. I think maybe this looks a little wonky up here. No, I like that. I like it. Never mind. I don't want to mess that up. I like those little bits of blue showing through. I think I'm going to call it finished. I might come back and take a look at it tomorrow. I often do, but I rarely change it. Usually when I come back, I like it more, not less, which is a good thing. When I see my paintings, I mean, not to be conceited or anything, but it's always like a really lovely surprise. It's like, I did that? Holy cow. And there's my little signature. I think we're good for today. So thanks for coming and watching, guys. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, Ellen. See you guys. Bye. I'll save this. Bye.